You are now listening to the Fantasy Football Bros Podcast.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Fantasy Football Bros Podcast, and we hope that you can see us today because it really failed last week. And
Yeah, we kind of screwed it up.
yeah, it really failed last week. Are you over there, Jay?
I'm over.
All right.
Hey, Jay, how's it going, man?
Hey, the Fantasy Football Bros Podcast. To my left over here, we got the man, the myth, the 11, Jay Coleman. Jay, what up,
He's
dog?
so high
What's
right
up?
now.
And then, no, that's coming. And then to my right, we got the no nickname, no nonsense, Adam Van Houten.
What's going on, guys?
And I am your boy, Chaz. I didn't say that until there.
Just
What
did
is
it.
going
Yeah,
on?
man, cheers, me anyway.
Cheers.
I don't know. This
yeah.
is your show. Normally, you're,
I don't know
always
what's
first.
happening here. Woo! It's because we're in the new studio. We're in the
We're in the Fantasy Football Bros headquarters.
headquarters, yep.
Temporarily
the
for
cave.
now.
the cave.
No, I mean I would like to do it here more,
We're
but
gonna eventually.
we just got to get
clear
some,
the other room out.
Yeah, we got to get some shit done.
But this is gonna work for now. So
and I
it's
don't
okay.
even know what the camera looks like, so hopefully the lighting is good.
Well, we're gonna figure it out together.
We'll figure it out. This is a trip together.
Yeah.
So the first question I always ask you guys: how about them Bills?
It started off ugly, but
Oh, it started off real ugly.
it was really bad. But we pulled it through in the end there.
I know on the Coffee with Chad segment I was making fun of Rico and he yelled at me already because but Rico was the one immediately trying to like sell out the Bills. But to be fair, we were kind of selling the Bills
I think
out
a lot
in
of-
group chat. too.
Oh yeah.
I think a lot of people did too.
Yeah,
I'm
mean-
pretty sure I said at one point I was at a family party and I said this game's fucking over.
yeah. Well, I did the same thing.
When it was 20-0 and I was like, damn,
yeah.
or 20-3 or whatever it was, and
well,
Yeah, I did the same thing. It was like that, and I was like, "All right, I'm going up and sweeping my dad's chimney because this is over with."
I always remind myself, and I think I said it in the group chat too, that we're a second half team always.
we are a second
So
half team.
we're in the game no matter what. But it was ugly. But to be fair, I mean, we were playing, at that time, the favorite for the NFL MVP, right? So, like, he was looking good. And then, as always, we get to halftime. Leslie Frazier makes adjustments. And then, I mean, he was just, you could have put in anybody. It wouldn't have mattered at that point.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, we kind of did put in anybody at that point because our whole defense is still not right. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
But
Benford got hurt last week with
Yep.
the broken hand, so he was out. So Elam had to play an extended period of time.
How did
Which
Xavier
he's been a
Rhodes do?
monster.
How did Xavier Rhodes do?
Pretty sure he pulled his hamstring going to sign his contract.
Who's that?
I think he pulled up to the desk and
Was
sat
like,
down and
there we go.
Yeah. That ink wasn't even dry yet, and he's like, "Oh, I'm out for the next 4
He's
weeks,
on
guys."
IR, isn't he? Son of a bitch.
yeah,
4 weeks?
yeah,
Jesus.
I think that's the rule with the practice squad.
Dude,
when you sign.
ridiculous.
So
I
he's
can't.
got to be 4 weeks out.
Yep.
So we got the Steelers coming in, and Kenny Pickett. That bad coaching on the Steelers, like
Terrible
coaching.
Not like Tomlin either, which is really surprising. I kind of don't like what he's doing here.
You know what, young buck. You know what, young rookie. We got the number one defense in the NFL coming in, and the best pass rush in the league. And go ahead out there and make your first start, buddy. Does that sound like Tomlin?
The best rookie corner in the league right now, too.
Right, the best two. I mean, well, Benford's probably still out. But
Yeah.
Both
But
of
Elam
them.
is fucking a monster.
Question for you guys, and this involves the Bills. Well, I kind of gave it away. We'll get back to that question later. I'll bring that up later.
Ask the question.
No, I'll bring it up later because I kind of like tip my hand. But I always like to ask questions. Here's a random stat.
like questions.
Here's the random thing I found. I have a feeling Adam knows this, so let me pose it to Jay first. We are the number one offense in the NFL. Jay.
Number one offense.
Yeah. Who's the number one offense in the NFL?
The Buffalo Bills.
You're going to say Bills? Adam, who
I
is
don't think it is the Bills.
So who are you going to say?
I believe I just saw this the other day. Hold on. Let me think for a second. I want to say it's Miami.
You're going to say Miami? Okay. You are wrong. And you are wrong. It is the Detroit Lions.
That was my next
Oh,
guess.
I did see that.
It was not my next guess at all.
Crazy,
And,
right?
Yeah, it's the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, they have the most points for, but they have the most points.
And that's my next
against.
question. Who's the number 32 defense in the NFL?
The Detroit Lions.
The Detroit Lions.
The number one offense is the number 32 defense. And you know what that signifies? That signifies fantasy football gold, y'all.
Bad teams are fantasy football gold.
And it really is because, like, I know like Swift was a monster. He's hurt now.
Okay, but Jamal
Williams is a monster.
comes in and what? 2 touchdowns against Seattle?
St. Brown was a monster. He's hurt. Josh Reynolds crushed it.
TJ Hawkinson had a game.
Oh my, TJ Hawkinson have a fucking game.
Absolute game. Wow.
Like literally, for our league, our Fantasy Football Bros podcast league, TJ Hawkinson was the number 1 player this week, and that's over quarterbacks.
That was
insane.
over quarterbacks, over
Anything.
wide receivers,
Yep, over
running backs, everything.
I
Number
think,
1.
I think Goff was number 2 in general.
So I made a trade. I think I talked about this before. I traded Michael Pittman and I can't remember who it was. Either way, George Kittle. And I ended up getting Elijah Moore, TJ Hawkinson, and Mike Williams in return.
Not bad.
I won that trade.
For now,
And a last-minute decision to throw in Jared Goff put me most points in the league that week, or this week.
Jared Goff. Jay, do you still have him on your Fantasy Football Bros league?
Yes.
No, you don't.
I have him in one.
You don't have him in the Fantasy Football Bros league. I'm pretty sure that you cut him and I claimed him on waivers this week.
I'm pretty sure Chaz has him.
Because I'm still not buying, and I made this tweet out or on Facebook maybe. And here is the quote I made. I said, Tyreek Hill being out of Miami makes Patrick Mahomes a better quarterback. He makes better reads, and I'm actually more scared of Kansas City this year than I was last year. And now as well, it shows that Aaron Rodgers the past 3 years has been leaning way too heavily on Devontae Adams because now that he's gone, he is not the same quarterback. What are you guys' thoughts on both of those statements?
On Mahomes being a better quarterback without Tyreek Hill, I mean I think he's leading the league in. He's pretty close to the top of the league in touchdowns.
He's not, though, because
he's not leading.
Josh Allen is.
Right, I know that. But I mean, I'm just saying he's definitely up from last year because I remember drafting Mahomes last year and trading him after the first 5 or 6 weeks because he wasn't doing anything.
Mm-hmm. So
I guess that theory has probably been proven so far with the way Mahomes has been playing.
What do you think, Jay? What do you think about that first statement, that Patrick Mahomes is a better quarterback without Tyreek Hill?
It's probably accurate so far.
He's not forcing the ball to Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
He's not running around like an insane person looking for him downfield.
Yeah.
He's playing quarterback.
Yeah.
He has less passes of 20-plus yards than he's ever had before.
And he's doing great.
He's my quarterback. Yes, he's doing fantastic.
But now, what about the second half of the statement that the last 2 or 3 seasons, which I've said this before, Aaron Rodgers was relying on Devontae Adams way too much, and now that he's gone, Aaron Rodgers is not an elite quarterback. Jay,
Accurate.
I mean, it shows more him being gone. How Rodgers went from a 2-time in a row NFL MVP to dog water.
Allegedly.
To dog water.
I don't think he's
Debatable
dog water.
2-time MVP.
He is dog water right now. Like, at least fantasy football we're talking.
Fantasy football wise, yeah, but
He's dog water.
he's a baller and he gets the job done.
He's just like,
Be ugly, but it definitely gets the job done.
he's great. I mean, he beat the Bears, he beat the Patriots with Bailey Zappi. That's a lot of hard work. I mean, he's working hard out there.
Listen, I'm not saying he's not struggling because he's definitely struggling. But to say he's not elite, I don't think he's fallen out of the elite category yet. I mean,
I don't know, dude.
It's
been 4 weeks.
Christian Watson dropped a bomb.
So it's
in,
one pass.
in week
Yeah.
1. Okay, that's a touchdown, right? I mean, that's points. Romeo Doubs just dropped another one last week. Like, those are points that his guys are costing him. If we're talking strictly fantasy football wise. Now, Rodgers they're winning games. They're what? 2-2, 3-1, I think, something like that.
But like I said, they're not beating anybody.
Doesn't matter.
No, they're 3-1 because they beat Brady.
They're 3-1. They beat the Bucks.
Yeah,
and then they just beat New England barely.
Bailey Zappi.
Shout out to him, man, for coming in and being a baller.
Doesn't that sound like a name of like a dog?
Zappy?
Yeah, Bailey.
Yeah.
Bailey.
There's 2 dogs. This is my dog Bailey and my corgi Zappy.
I could see it.
It
I would
totally
name my
sounds
dog
like
that.
it. I remember when they drafted him, I thought that kid looked like Mac Jones.
They've been saying that.
Yeah,
all week
it's been
here,
all
actually.
over Twitter and shit. It's actually pretty scary how they do look similar.
I mean,
They really do.
he's got a type, man.
With their helmets on, they look identical.
Belichick's got a type.
Right.
Tom Brady had a rebirth.
He did. He looked
played
good,
well,
but
played well.
he ultimately lost because the Chiefs just outplayed him.
Oh my God, they just
They
ran him off
they
the field
beat the hell out of him.
too quickly.
Very
Just, that's
fast.
all. It was just
Fumble on the first kickoff
Yeah, how you
led
gonna-
to a touchdown in 46 seconds. Travis Kelce. Okay,
yep. Thank you, Travis.
46 seconds.
Kelce. Thank you, Travis Kelce.
They kicked the ball back, go 3 and out. Or actually, no, they kicked field goal that drive, wasn't it? I think it was either way. It was a field goal. They needed a touchdown to come, and then Kansas City comes back, scores again, 14-3 in the first 7 minutes of the game.
Yeah, I mean,
Once you get down by that much in the NFL, it's hard to come back from, and it showed. Tampa Bay struggled to come back.
but like they're getting. I mean, I know Jay has them, and I've been trying to like pry him from Jay's cold dead fingers. But Brady's heating up, and his weapons are getting healthy. I mean,
He's not heating up that much.
Now that he doesn't have a wife to worry about anymore.
he's heating up a little bit. I mean, he's been getting
He
better.
did have a good game. I do have him in one of my leagues as well, but
Unless this injury
Well, that's
is
scary.
more severe than what they're saying.
He did mess his arm up. I mean, as much as we like shit on Brady and Bills fans always call him like a sissy and all that stuff, like I never see Brady hurt. You know, like he'll take a big hit, get up, and just walk away. Like after that big hit, he was grabbing his shoulder. Like,
Yeah,
he was
And,
hurt.
Yeah, when you got a torn rotator cuff, that shit is painful.
Is that what they're saying?
Yeah,
You had one.
it's
right?
apparently no, but my dad did.
Your
But,
dad did.
they are apparently saying it's minor, but still, like your rotator cuff, when you tear that thing, it affects your whole entire arm.
you should ask Baker Mayfield that question. And his was his non-throwing hand.
Yeah.
Well, and I would also assume, I don't mean to, out your dad's athletic ability, but I don't think your dad was chucking footballs down the field.
No, but
either.
that's what I mean. So,
right, he was in pain doing regular dad
Yeah.
stuff, right?
Yeah.
So not like to be an NFL quarterback with that, with even the slightest tear. Like, my goodness, I would sit because I broke a nail,
yeah.
right? Like, I'm a big
I
baby.
mean, they're obviously probably going to shoot him up with some good drugs, but
Well, I was
still.
I was reading in the fantasy analysis. You get that little blue icon or whatever when there's news.
Yeah, the little blue notepad.
Yeah, next to Brady,
When there's news.
and it literally said at the end of the sentence, "We wouldn't be surprised if Brady sits this next one out." And I was like, "What?
yeah.
Like Brady doesn't miss
No way.
games. There's no way.
No way.
And another what? Because out of honestly, I'm in 8 leagues total. Brady's my quarterback in 6 of them. So like,
I have him in 2. I had him in 2, and then I ended up trading him for Kyler Murray.
so you went from bleh to bleh.
Yeah, pretty much.
Dude, in Modern Warfare or Call of Duty's coming out
I
soon.
know.
So.
In a couple weeks, actually. The end of the month.
Yep.
No more Kyler
So,
Murray.
yeah.
Unless somehow that just rejuvenates him because he had a game sesh for 17 hours straight. So
Well, to
we'll
be
see.
fair, he's usually better at the end of the season anyway.
I thought it was the beginning of the season.
I feel he's a slow. Wait, you might be right.
I think it's the opposite.
Yeah, you
I think
might-
he always started strong and then shit the bed.
Yeah.
You are right. I'm thinking of Russell.
'cause Call
But
of Duty,
every year, the new
that
Call of Duty comes out
yeah.
beginning of November,
Yeah.
and that's halfway through the season.
Yeah.
So
We're already a third of a way through the fantasy football season right now.
we
So
really are. We're week 4. There's 13,
It
14
can end
weeks in the
now
fantasy
for-
season.
It doesn't matter.
So Jay, in your 2 leagues that we count, what was your record this week for your 2 leagues?
Ooh, Jay.
0.
0 and 2. Adam, what do you count? 4 leagues?
I count 5. I have 5 leagues.
You count 5 leagues.
I had a good week. 5-0.
Get the fuck out of here.
5-0 this week. I had a good one.
Asshole over here.
I had a
I
good one.
don't want to say. Can I plead the fifth? Okay, so in the 4
2 and 6.
in the 4 main
four
leagues,
that
the
you
4
count.
main leagues
The
that
4
I count.
money ones, right?
There's another money one, but these are my 4 main
Right.
guys. There's the 3 I've always been in, and then ours.
1 and 3.
Chaz trying to skew
One and
the
3.
data over here.
1
1 and 3. 1 and 3 in the
Yikes.
4.
It's like I don't really count these other
Man,
ones. so-
how about that comeback from Country Music Superstar?
well,
He
no,
had 4 players
he
go
should
on
have
Monday night.
murdered me. So let me set the stage
I mean,
for y'all.
he barely beat you, but he did. I mean,
I'm beating country music superstar Eric Van Houten by like 20 points going into Monday Night Football.
Was it 20?
It's something little.
I think it was 40. Hold on. I actually texted him about it because I was
What-
you need some help tonight.
Whatever it is. But here's the thing. I'm done, and he's got 4 people, and 2 of these people being Cooper Kupp and Matt Stafford.
Okay.
So I said the whole time, I'm done. There's no chance. I mean, Cooper Kupp's going to get 20 points easily. And Cooper Kupp got 25 or something.
He was down 40 plus.
Okay.
Like 40 and some change.
So whatever. So he needs to average 10 points a player with a quarterback, Cooper Kupp, Jeff Wilson.
and
the
defense.
and the
which
defense.
is easy.
Jeff Wilson
Rams
gets a
defense.
touchdown right away.
Done.
Cooper Kupp end up getting 25 points.
14 catches.
Yeah.
Career
Right.
high, by the way, Cooper Kupp.
Right. And you know what? He ends up beating me by 6 points because Matt Stafford's washed up all of a sudden.
Sucks.
And the defense didn't get a lot of points. So I almost won that game, you know, and I don't think there could have been any changes I made, but we need to bring up a few injuries. If you guys haven't heard, obviously, we don't
before
have
you get into
Jonathan
that,
Taylor.
though, yeah, before you get into injuries, I wanted to make a point and ask you guys, how do you guys feel about the Tua effect on these guys getting shots to the head and just sitting out for the rest of the game?
That's how it should have. That's the rule.
I
That's
agree.
how it is. There shouldn't be a Tua effect.
Right.
That's
the
not how it
rule.
is now, though.
But that's the rule.
It's
though.
good. Not right now. It's not.
Well, if they get past.
The protocol
If
was
they pass, they can
Yeah.
come back and play, but your coach can still override that and say you're not playing.
correct.
So, but
They-
there's going
they
to be a
listen-
rule now.
They listen to the doctors, and if the doctor says he's good to go, it's up to the coach to decide.
and to be fair, I mean,
And of course, you're going
that's
to
a
want
doctor,
your star.
and that's a doctor. The
quarterback
doctor
to
should
play in the
know,
game.
right?
I agree.
The doctor should know.
Allegedly,
Allegedly.
it's not good. Always good doctors, though.
Well, that guy is
So
clear.
knowing right away, you know, and Tua gets knocked out in the Thursday night game against the Bengals just before halftime, and his body seized up. Basically, that's when Miami knew they fucked up.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, I personally, I think it's fantastic that if a guy has a head injury, sit him out. I don't care if he says he's good to go, if the doctor says he's good to go. Do not risk your player's health in the way that Miami did that to Tua.
Well, we didn't even get to discuss Tua because we record on Wednesday nights, and
Right.
Tua got, limp on Thursday.
He got hit pretty hard.
Yeah. Well, also like these teams don't always value their players as players. They're like property to them.
Yeah, they're not humans,
True.
right?
So
And listen,
To be fair, we do in fantasy football a lot too.
absolutely.
You know.
And not to mention, when you're playing sports, man, all you want to do is be out there. So I don't
Yeah.
blame Tua for going, yeah, I'm good.
yeah,
And the doctor saying, yeah, you're good, and wanting to play and help his team win, which, of course, against Buffalo he did, but against the Bengals, now he's out long term, maybe.
I mean, there's no timetable to return,
Exactly.
so I wouldn't be surprised if Tua doesn't get in until after Thanksgiving, right now, like earliest.
I wouldn't be surprised either. And Teddy Bridgewater's fine.
Fine, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, he'll win you a couple games. He'll win you enough games so when Tua comes back, they'll still be rolling.
thing is if.
But I
Tua
guess
comes back.
is the great question.
So do
yes.
you guys remember old WWE wrestler Christopher Nowinski?
No.
Anybody? So he was a wrestler about 2005. His gimmick was he was a Harvard graduate, which he was. He's now a neurosurgeon.
I actually do know that name.
Yeah, so he's big. So he ended up parting ways with WWE after the whole Chris Benoit thing.
Right.
Because everyone was blaming steroids, and he was like, it's not steroids, it's concussion. So he's made it
Gotcha.
his career. So he's the guy that they always show up for these concussion things. They barely say he's a wrestler. They just call him Dr. Christopher Nowinski. So on Thursday, before the Dolphins-Bengals game, he was tweeting out, and he literally said, if they put him in this game tonight, he is going to get another concussion and he might die on that field. And if he dies on that field tonight, I demand that the NFL gets held accountable for murder. And he was very close to that statement coming true.
Yeah, I mean, they keep calling it second concussion syndrome, which you don't realize you had the first concussion, and then you get another concussion on top of it, and it's way worse than it ever should have been. I mean, it sucks that you have coaches and negligence in any team. I'm sure there's more. Miami just happened to get caught because of what happened to Tua, and we all saw it on national TV.
on top of all that too, even in more deep shit because they're the only team for 2021 that said there was no concussions for the entire year.
I did not know that.
Yes.
So let me rephrase it. So Miami Dolphins
reported 0 concussions for the entire 2021 season. The
That's-
only
I did not
NFL
know
team,
that.
The only NFL team
Wow.
that claimed they had no concussion.
That is interesting.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That is actually a mind-blowing stat.
That's to quote Ron Burgundy. No, not Ron. To quote Alec Baldwin on 30 Rock. That's mind-boggling.
Mind-boggling.
That is mind-boggling. That's
It is.
crazy. The
That's
Dolphins
wi-
are
that is
shady
wild.
as hell.
I'm beginning to think so.
There's no beginning to all that shit with Brady and tampering,
Oh, yeah,
You
but
know.
that came out in the offseason, too. I
and
forgot about
all the
that
shit with
part,
Flores,
but- Right.
right? So it's just like,
Yeah.
You know, speaking of Flores, too, I saw a meme on Twitter that said something about Brian Flores. I think I talked about this last week or whatever. Maybe it wasn't to you, it was to somebody else. But it said Miami fired Flores for not lying, so they hired Mike McDaniel to do it all for him.
well, they got what they wanted.
He's
Yeah. He's bad at it.
Everybody's saying that he's just a puppet in the grand scheme of things.
There's nothing more I'm assured at in this life other than Mike McDaniel smokes the weed.
He might, because
Yeah, man.
the way that guy talks
He's
is just out of this world.
Dude, he is so like he reminds me like I can honestly see Mike McDaniel like up at 3 a.m. playing Call of Duty with Kyler.
Probably.
Like seriously.
I mean, come on. You just seen your player almost die, and then you do a presser, and you're like, yeah, there's nothing serious. It's just he's fine. It's just
He had a back
concussion.
injury locked up on him.
Yeah.
Okay, dude. I'm sorry.
like-
A back injury. That's just no big deal either, though.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
You're dealing with your
Like-
spinal cord and
Yeah, like,
potential
yeah, you're-
paralysis.
So his spinal
a spinal injury or a back injury that locks up on him, cause him to wobble and fall down to the ground.
Right.
Yeah.
So the
Is just as bad as a head injury that made him wobble and fall to the ground.
it's so bad that he goes down, right? Like,
Yeah.
come on, Miami. Jeez, I mean, I wonder if we're going to get to one of those dunked on segments, but we are going to be right back after we take this break. All right, and we're back, and I want to get into a little positivity. So
like positivity.
why don't we start this time with a victory lap? And Jay kind of preemptively told me he doesn't have one. Did you get one yet?
I'll go last.
You'll go last. All right, Adam. So why don't you give me your victory lap?
I do have a victory lap actually, and I'm gonna. My victory lap was starting all the right guys and scoring the most points in the league this week.
In our league?
In our league,
Oh, okay.
I was the highest scoring team in the league. I had a battle on my hands. I had Deebo Samuel, which I wasn't really too worried about, but my opponent had the 49ers defense, and at that point, I was only up 2 points. We get into the game.
He had a monster game.
Defense automatically gets 10 points for allowing 0 points in the game, right? And then it deducts every point, so however many points, and then you deduct 1 or 2, whatever. Deebo really was kind of getting involved, and then not really, and San Francisco just kept racking up the sacks, and I was getting a little worried. And then Deebo had that big touchdown where he broke 3-4 tackles, including Jalen Ramsey. And ultimately I ended up winning by 10 points, even though the 49ers defense put up 17, which is a lot for a defense
It is a lot.
in fantasy football. But my victory lap goes out to highest scoring team in the league.
All right.
And
well,
I don't know if you guys saw my new team name. It's Feeling Dangerous. Because Russell Wilson's back.
oh, my goodness. He still didn't look good in that game. He did not look good in that
He
game.
didn't look good, no, but he scored the most points so far of the fantasy football
Sure,
season
for
that he's
himself.
scored in the first 3 weeks. So week 4 was it. He was back.
Okay.
Fantasy football. Feeling dangerous.
It sounds good to me. Now, my victory lap, because I didn't have one either, but I decided last minute because my victory lap, and this is going to sound funny to you, is going to Jeff Wilson. Okay? And the
Young
reason
stud.
that it's going to Jeff Wilson is,
Jeff Wilson Jr.
Jeff Wilson Jr. Yeah, he helped country music superstar Eric Van Houten beat me, but Jeff Wilson in my and mine and Jay's home league that we've been in forever, helped me procure a win this week. So in my 8 leagues, I went 1-7 and not 0-8. So thank you, Jeff Wilson. So I don't have to sit here with a 0-8 and a 0-4 in the main leagues. Thank you so much, Jeff Wilson. I'm taking my victory lap for you. Thank you, brah. What you got, Jay?
I hate both of you right now.
Jay's just sitting over here. Sad.
Yep.
This is like a sad little puppy.
Do you need me to
right
get the
now.
cat to come snuggle with you?
Chaz put me over here because he's like, you don't win in fantasy, so you gotta sit over here.
You don't win in the
Is that the
fantasy.
timeout chair over there?
So
Jay?
you can sit in the nice
So this is
leather
comfortable.
recliner.
Yeah, you get the nice leather recliner. I get this little.
You get the kitchen.
I get this
Yeah,
little
you-
kitchen mat
Yeah,
beaded.
you got the original
Cushion.
co-host chair.
That's right. And I got, of course, my King gaming chair.
Yeah.
And fun fact.
So who really lost here?
Well, fun fact about my gaming chair before Jay gets into this is I'm too much of a fat guy for this chair. So when it's like, compressed up, I can't have it because you'll just hear and I'll slowly get shorter and shorter. So I have to sit it with all the way down because I'm a fat ass. Jay, so what is your victory like?
The only good thing I've done in fantasy is draft Chris Olave. Dude's becoming a
he's a
stud.
beast.
Great draft pick. I have been trying to trade for him in all of my leagues, and nobody wants to part ways.
Yeah, I've got him in one league.
I picked him up in one league after somebody else dropped him after like week 2.
Yeah.
I just traded him away for TJ Hawkinson. I'm not sure if that was a good move or not, but
Long run, no, but also like tight ends are worth gold because they're all garbage.
right. My tight end before that was Zach
Gerard
Ertz.
Everett.
Gerald Everett's an on and off kind of thing.
Same with Zach Ertz. They're all touchdown.
3 out of 4
they're
weeks,
all,
he's been over 10 points. So
all
I'll take it.
all touchdown dependent guys. So
It's like everybody except Andrews and Kelsey because
Everett had more points than JT, Pittman, and
that's because they're
Colts.
Colts. That's because they're Colts.
how's that
and someone else combined.
Indy offense working out for you, Jay?
Yeah, fuck off.
Here's a question: how many points does in a PPR league does Kyle Pitts have right now out of 4 games?
0.
No, total 4 games. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
like 5.
15 or 17.
20.
Barely, yeah.
20 points in 4 games.
Yeah, he had 2 last week, by the way. 1 catch for 25 yards.
So 3, yeah, 3 and a half.
2.5
And
points.
I was right. I
he's
was
been
down
nice.
on him.
He's been
And you guys were like, "You're crazy."
No, we were all kind of down on him.
I was the most down on him.
You definitely were.
We were all kind of down on him. I did take him in one league.
I traded for him in one league because I didn't have a choice. He kind of came with the package, and I was like, yeah, whatever.
I drafted him in one league in the 3rd round, but just, I mean, do I regret it? I guess, but I mean,
3rd round, yeah, definitely.
it's just like, I didn't like go for him. It was just he was
just
there,
there,
and
yeah.
it was just like, well, I'll get a tight end. But yeah, he was never like I was never huge on him or anything. But okay, here's another question: who am I? I currently lead the NFL in sacks.
It's not Von Miller.
No,
I don't think it's a Bill, is it?
No, I asked who leads who. I didn't say who's not.
I know. I'm asking you. It's not a Bill.
That doesn't matter.
It does matter because
does
then
not,
it'll
because
narrow,
of course.
it'll narrow down my choices. And,
He plays on a team in the NFL.
I fucking hate you. It's not J.J. Watt.
No,
nope.
Adam's gonna be like,
Is
well,
it-
it's not Reggie White.
Is it still? It's not. Is it Aaron Donald?
You're gonna say Aaron Donald,
I mean, I feel like he is always the leader
I have
in
no
sacks,
idea.
but
Gregory Rousseau.
really,
Yeah,
it is a Bill.
shocking.
yeah.
It's a Bill, by the way.
Yes. Sorry,
Fucker.
Gregory Rousseau.
I'm okay with it. He's an animal.
Yeah, yeah.
He's been all over the field.
Love him.
And I think he's fantastic.
I have a Rousseau jersey, actually. I mean, from the moment we drafted him, I was like, he's like the perfect new age.
He's a stud.
defensive
And
lineman.
I think I saw, too, speaking of Rousseau, I believe Bookie Basham leads the league in pressures.
And isn't, I believe, Poyer the intercepting lead?
yeah.
He's tied for it, I think.
Is it
with
tied?
4.
Interesting, huh? Like
He was on, I don't know if you saw, he was on the Pat McAfee show.
Yes.
Great interview,
Love
by the
Pat
way.
McAfee.
He does lead. I think he's tied for 4, so that makes him on pace for 17. Obviously, 1 per game. Pat McAfee is going to donate $1 million to charity foundation of Poyer's choice if he breaks the record for most interceptions, which is 11. So if he gets 12 interceptions in this
A
year,
lot.
It's a lot.
It is a lot.
But he's already at 4.
And I bet you
he's a quarter of the way there.
But I bet you that 11 is
third of
from
the way
like
there.
1935.
Sorry, math.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that shit's probably from old.
It's the record's 11. If Jordan Poyer gets 12,
8 more.
he needs 8 more in. What are we at?
We got
We're
13 more games.
13 more games.
Yeah.
I think it's possible.
No, well, and he's got 4 and
So-
3 games, right? Because he missed the one.
He missed the one, so 4 in 3 games because he had 2 against Baltimore.
One was
The
amazing.
interview,
that second one was gorgeous.
The interview was awesome because Jordan Poyer is just such a humbling dude. And he was explaining why he plays the way he does. And it's because the entire Buffalo Bills defense does their job and they do it correctly, and he can just do whatever he wants.
Interesting.
What he was saying is the defensive line pressures the quarterback, does its job. The linebackers take care of everything else. They blitz, they run stop, they get to the ball. They cover the middle of the field. The cornerbacks have been fantastic. So he is literally playing the free safety role as freely as you can.
Right? Yeah. That's interesting. Well, they're such a good, well-coached team.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
And Leslie Frazier's probably going to be a head coach next year.
Yeah,
He wasn't a good head coach, though. That's what's
He
keeping
wasn't.
him back.
he wasn't.
People
but
are like, why didn't he get a job? Because you mean he's shown that he's not a good head coach. I mean, maybe but it's not like, he's old as hell now, too. So it's like,
True.
But people are hiring younger guys. That's why Leslie Frazier doesn't have a job. Ooh, baby.
Oh yeah. How'd your boy Zach Taylor do? They beat Miami.
Yeah, they beat Miami. That was an interesting game. They
was
beat a Tua-less Miami.
Right, halfway through. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very down on Jamar Chase right now, but I'm not like panicking. He's going to come back.
I think he'll be okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a really good game.
He scored a touchdown, so he went from having 4 points to 12 in
What
that
did he
last
end-
drive.
what did he end with on
12.
Thursday?
12
12 points?
Yeah, and he got a touchdown on the last drive.
I thought he made it a little bit more respectable.
No, he ended up with 12.
Whatever.
So it was fine, but so I mentioned this in our group chat. I'm going to bring it up on the podcast because we didn't really talk about it too much. People need y'all, and this is some advice for you guys at home. Stop being so short-sighted on your teams when it comes to trades and stuff. And I'll lay this trade out that I offered in our other league. It was last week before the games. I myself, as you all know, have DeAndre Swift. And this gentleman has Javonte Williams. Well, Mr. Javonte Williams guy has Jamal Williams, and I have Melvin Gordon. So we have each other's backups. So, and I know that that DeAndre Swift is out and Jamal Williams is starting a game or two. Right? So I offer this guy, so I know he's got a little more value than Melvin Gordon. But okay, so answer me this, Adam. Beginning of the season, who is more valuable, Melvin Gordon or Jamal Williams?
It would be Melvin Gordon
Okay.
because it's a 50-50 split.
Sure.
In the beginning, if you're going that way.
So going into week 4, Jamal Williams is going to play 2 games, start 2 games. And Melvin Gordon and then he's going to be back to the second string. So I offer this guy, not straight up trade. I throw in an extra sizzle. So I offer him Melvin Gordon and Tyler Boyd for Jamal Williams. So we can both get our backups on the right teams. And this guy couldn't say any faster. Hit no to this trade. Jay, what happened in the Broncos-Raiders game?
You got hurt?
Javonte Williams, and what happened? What kind of injury was that, Adam?
He tore his ACL and his LCL.
So is he coming back?
Not at all. And possibly could be missing next season as well.
Oh, no. So now, did that guy end up having Melvin Gordon on his team?
No, he did not.
But he's got Jamal Williams, so he's got him for one more week, right?
For one more week.
So,
And that's if Swift doesn't play this week.
right. So and I know Jamal Williams will have some value still, but to me, I thought that was a boneheaded move on this guy's, let alone not knowing, obviously, the injury was coming. And the injury came immediately. But having that high-value backup to your high-value player, this isn't backing up Miles Sanders with Kenny Gainwell. This is backing up a second-round pick with a real capable running back.
My thing with trades is exactly that. People overvalue their players. And what I mean by that is for example, Derrick Henry played like absolute dog shit week 1 and week 2. Okay, so a lot of people tried to buy him low. Okay, good move for not trading him because he bounced back week 3 and week 4. But at that point, you look at him and go, okay, he's not really doing anything. But I know it's early, it's week 2, whatever. So you might offer maybe not a top tier guy for him, which is fine. But a lot of people, I think, in your instance, he just overvalued Jamal Williams too much because they used him a lot, and he ran the ball very well and scored 2 touchdowns in each of the last 2 games or whatever it was. So it's really just about people overvaluing their guys. And I think they don't actually look at what they're doing and seeing the trend. Like, okay, Devontae Adams, okay, you hear his name and you're like, oh, wow, that guy's fantastic. But he hasn't really been that great. And that's partly because Derek Carr hasn't been that great. But if somebody offered me, like, Chris Olave and, maybe somebody else a little bit lesser of value than Devontae Adams, like a Chris Olave and, I don't know, off the top of my head, we'll say like
Tyler Boyd.
Tyler Boyd. Yeah, perfect. I would take that. For Devontae Adams?
You'd give up.
I would give up Devontae Adams to get Olave and Tyler Boyd.
And I just got to stop real quick on this Derek Carr slander. You said he's not playing very good. He's not playing different.
Right.
Like, he's not playing bad. He's not.
No, he's not playing bad.
We
I'm
just
not
thought
saying
he would level up.
I'm not saying he's playing bad,
Yeah.
but that's exactly it. I'm saying that now he gets a superstar receiver in Devontae Adams. You think that he would ascend to the next level.
Yeah.
And he hasn't. He's just been the same Derek Carr
And
that
they
he's
haven't won a
always
game.
been. He's always been this Derek Carr. You just notice it more now because you're like, he's got Devontae Adams. He should be amazing.
They're warming up.
But they're doing okay.
They're warming up.
Josh Jacobs had a great game.
What, Jay? But let's get back
On my
on the
bench.
trade real quick. What do you think about that trade? Like, would you think that would have been a bad trade before the Javonte Williams injury?
No, because you're basically trading your backups for your backups.
That's literally
You're
what it is.
handcuff for a handcuff.
And I threw
It's
an
not
extra
like-
sizzle with Tyler Boyd,
Yeah,
who's actually
it's-
has more points than Jamar Chase right now.
True.
I mean, it's not like you. I mean, like, there's probably some people that are out there that, like he was saying about Derrick Henry, like, oh, well, Derrick Henry's not doing good. I'm going to try and offer some shitbag player to try and get him and try and steal this guy because he sucks right now. That, like, if you say no to that immediately, like, I get that. But
Here's
like,
another example.
trading handcuff for handcuff, you probably should.
But here's why it's a bad move on his part. You're right, because now if he offered me the same trade, if he offered
now
me
you
the trade
can't
straight
be
up,
quick enough to
get
say no.
the fuck out of here.
Well, that's the thing. You're right. Before the injury, well, yeah, why wouldn't you take the backup?
yeah.
Right? Now he's going to need a running back later on, and he's not going to have it because Jamal Williams is going to be
For a week.
on the bench.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you
because-
can't really say, like, oh, you're going to, like, you're going to need for a bye week because it's like, well, DeAndre Swift is playing, so why would you?
Well, that's the thing too, is because Jamal Williams' bye week is next week.
Yeah.
That's why, like, Swift is probably going to miss this week, and then they have the bye week. So guess what? Now I have Melvin Gordon and DeAndre Swift sitting on IR right now for me.
So here's back to my example of overvaluing players. Here's a trade that just happened in one of my other leagues. Someone gave up David Montgomery, Antonio Gibson, and Jerry Jeudy. And guess who that trade was for? I'll give you one hint. He plays for the Indianapolis Colts, and his name is Jonathan Taylor.
Oh, so what was it?
So the trade was David Montgomery, Antonio Gibson, and Big Booty Jerry Jeudy to get Jonathan Taylor.
They're all kind of gross.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay, but let's say you tried to make this trade last year, when Jonathan Taylor was running his ass off.
Right.
No way you look at those
No.
players and go, fuck no, absolutely fucking not. But again, with the overvaluing, you take it for what it is. Week 4, Jonathan Taylor hasn't done shit. Jay, you know the most.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
And not to, shit on your fantasy team again, but that's now you get David Montgomery, who, he's hurt too, but you get Antonio Gibson, who hasn't been playing that bad for the Commanders. I hate saying the Commanders, by the way. It's awful. And you get Jerry Jeudy, he's not big booty Jerry Jeudy.
he's meh.
He's meh.
meh.
Yeah.
Absolutely meh. But he's not. He has more points than Jonathan Taylor,
Yeah,
probably. So does Antonio Gibson.
definitely.
So
He's on a downswing too, though.
for sure.
He's
For sure. And
he's falling off fast.
just got shot in the ass. Brian Robinson is back.
It's true.
So we'll see where that goes in the coming weeks.
So here's my conundrum in another league, Adam, and Jay's in this league, so
Anyway, that's what I have to say about
I won't listen to Jay's opinion in this because he's in this other league, so I don't want him to fuck me over. So Adam, in that league that I just told you, I just won the Melvin Gordon sweepstakes unwillingly.
Sure.
Now I really have a running backs conundrum in this league because
I know about running back conundrum.
Well,
I'm
no,
in one.
because I've got so many good ones, and that's where I am now. So DeAndre Swift's probably not playing. So who do I start out of these guys, Adam? Jeff Wilson, Melvin Gordon, Josh Jacobs, A.J. Dillon. Now I'm like fucking on fire with this.
Well, right off the bat, I think you go with A.J. Dillon or Josh Jacobs.
But
Jeff Wilson
literally went the exact opposite. I got Melvin Gordon in there against Indy, and I got Jeff Wilson in there against Carolina.
You don't care about Latavius Murray being signed in Denver?
And I got Jeff Wilson in there against Carolina. And as of now, I put Jacobs in my flex because, I mean, that's Monday Night Football, baby. So my flex idea was either one of the Monday Night Football games of Jacobs or Smith-Schuster, but I think I'm going to roll with Jacobs. So just like that, I went from having like shady running back depth to being heavy on running backs just because of an injury.
And one injury is all it takes.
That's all it
or
takes.
multiple injuries, I guess.
Jay, do you want to trade Jonathan Taylor?
Sure. I'm just gonna have to trade everyone at this point. So.
Who's the number one running back in fantasy football right now, guys?
Oh, I just fucking saw this too. Like, you're putting me on the spot. I don't even have time to think about it.
Probably Barkley.
Of
It is-
course
it is
Saquon
Barkley.
Boom.
He's also the number one in the league, regardless of
Yeah,
fantasy football.
fuck him. He's on a comeback tour. Here's another
Until he gets hurt.
interesting stat I found, just for my guys here. DeAndre Swift's number 20, and he's missed a game and a half. And he's still sitting at 20. So, I mean, that shows you the good season he was having. And number 5 overall, Christian McCaffrey.
Until he gets hurt.
No, he's not going to get hurt because my entire team is hurt that I have Christian McCaffrey. Everybody is hurt except Christian McCaffrey. It's like fucking bizarro world.
That is crazy. Jay, are you actually willing to trade Jonathan Taylor?
Adam was like,
Possibly.
Do you have any?
I mean, I don't have any upside.
I'll give you Logan Thomas, buddy. Come on.
I'll give you our boy Adam Thielen.
You cannot pull the Thielen card.
I certainly can.
That is
And
not fair.
Antonio Gibson.
That is not fair to pull the Thielen card.
100%.
Jay, I will give you.
Look at this
Was
guy.
this the Jonathan Taylor sweepstakes?
Yeah,
It is
I will
now.
give you Logan Thomas and your boy Jared Goff back. I have no running back depth. Okay, why Jay ponders that? This is what I mean. The team that
I'm very serious about that.
the team that
I'll have to think about it.
Let me
Think
throw
about
this out though. The team that Christian McCaffrey for me is healthy. These are the guys with Qs or outs. Chris Godwin, Gabe Davis, Keenan Allen, Julio Jones, Wan'Dale Robinson, Cordell Patterson.
Drop Julio. Fuck it.
So
He's
that's
done.
why that Jay screwed me with.
It's about time.
Thank you, Jay.
You're welcome.
Well, you guys could discuss your trade, but I would throw in Logan Thomas.
If you don't like Gibson, I have other options.
he doesn't
as
like
well.
Gibson, I can tell you that.
That's fine.
He's not a
But this is
Gibson
what
guy.
this is the point.
Yeah,
of,
because Chaz fucked me last year on.
this is the point
He
of
made him
trade.
draft a top 10 running back.
and
This
he
is the
sucked.
point of trade talks, though, as we go back and forth for a little bit. My initial offer is Adam Thielen and Antonio Gibson for Jonathan Taylor.
Don't do it.
You don't influence this. This isn't your show anymore.
Well, how about you ponder it, and we move into I'm So High right now?
Let's get it.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we are hitting a new segment called I'm So High right now. All right, so Jay, what do you got for I Am So High right now?
It's going to be me because I decided to pick up Richie James Jr.
Did you start him?
Yes,
Oh,
I
my
started him.
goodness.
You started him?
Yes,
He's in your lineup as we speak.
not anymore.
Oh, okay.
Because
last week you started him.
Yes, last week I
Nice.
started him because the Giants had no fucking wide receivers, and like 75 players on my team were hurt. So I was like, well, "Fuck, I might as well just." I picked up Zay Jones, and then last minute they're like, "Oh, Zay Jones ain't playing." So
My sloppy seconds, I dropped him.
call.
so I had to pick up this guy, thinking that he might do something, and he got negative points for me. So
Well, that's because Daniel Jones got hurt. and
Tyrod Taylor got hurt.
Tyrod Taylor got
Yeah.
So who was playing quarterback for like a whole quarter?
Saquon Barkley.
Saquon
Because he is their
fucking
emergency
Everything.
quarterback.
Because he's their team. And he needs to be a
That's
Buffalo
amazing
Bill.
that he got points to be a quarterback.
That's amazing. I love Saquon Barkley. I want him in his
Yeah,
Bill.
we know you love Saquon Barkley.
Oh, I want to have a Bills Saquon Barkley jersey. That's
That
what
would
I
be
want.
Right.
dope.
Anyway, so let's move on to Adams. I'm so high right
Jay's just taking over. It's Adam's fucking turn.
I'll go.
We just
Yeah,
said
no,
this
that's
isn't
fine.
your show anymore.
I see.
I
Apparently,
mean, I'm not going to talk too much about it, but I'm so high right now. The way Miami handled Tua, I don't know what Mike McDaniel was thinking.
I'm so
don't
high right now.
That's probably exactly what he
Yeah.
was thinking. But that whole situation is unfortunate, and Tua is a young rising star in the NFL, and to have it taken away like that almost instantly, and we don't know the extent of his injuries. He could say he's fine, but you know,
There's not much talk from him right now.
maybe 3 days from now he collapses because his brain hurts, or and he's got a pounding migraine that he can't get rid of.
Well, they don't even let you sleep after a
There-
concussion.
no, you're not supposed to.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to sleep laying down. Like, it's just supposed to sleep like sitting upwards, because of the way that everything in your body
Yeah,
sits.
your
and
brain has just been
your brain has literally just been turned to mush almost.
Yeah.
So
It's just sad.
Miami
It's just sad.
Miami Dolphins. I'm not high. You're fucking high.
Here, Tal. Okay, I'm so high right now. NFL stadium security. If you guys are watching that Rams 49ers game where the dude runs on the field with his pink smoke and everything, do you see who's chasing him? Like 85-year-old guys. 85-year-old dudes.
On the larger side, no
Big?
offense. Us big guys,
Yeah.
we don't move very fast.
Big, fat, 87-year-old guys trying to chase this guy with pink smoke.
That's a good one.
So-
I didn't think about that.
So much that that Bobby Wagner has to fuck this dude up.
And he fucked him up, all right.
But if you think about how terrible that could have been, I mean, that guy could have had like fucking poisonous smoke. Like, how did that guy get in the stadium with that shit?
It happens all the time. Though.
But like, that could have been poisonous smoke.
You know,
or something
the thing
stupid.
about those fucking stupid smoke things is that they're not metal. They don't go off in the metal
Yeah.
detectors. You stick them in your fucking penis.
I mean, you can get in with lighters. You just say that you have steel toe boots on. So I mean, so it's easy to smuggle stuff in.
But usually there's cops there. But like, your on-field security are these 80-year-old fat dudes. Like, are you kidding me? Like, that shouldn't happen. This happened at the Super Bowl, right, 2 years ago, and it's happening again. It happened a couple weeks ago. Then had the fucking droid or the drone thing a couple weeks ago in Seattle. Like, that's your best line of defense is this fucking 90-year-old dude. Like, come on, NFL, you guys are so high right now to the point where Bobby Wagner jacks this dude. And I bet you Bobby Wagner gets sued from this fucking.
There
guy.
was a report that the guy was already in the process of doing that.
I bet
Bobby Wagner's like, all right, whatever.
It's fucking ridiculous. Like,
Guy's a billionaire, so
yeah,
it's so ridiculous. So NFL and your
he's gonna pay him
teams,
$1 million and he'll go away.
just the teams and the security policy, like, do better. I'm so high right now, man. Oh,
that's a good one. I didn't think about that one. I like that.
it's just so.
But you're absolutely right. Now that you look at it and you're like, what is happening? And you know what? And Google or YouTube or whatever, wherever you can find videos of people streaking on fields or people jumping the barriers and going off. Look at who's chasing them, because now that you say that,
It's
you
every-
can think back.
Well,
Every sport across soccer, football,
football.
football, American football. Jesus Christ, no. Soccer, football.
spit it out, Adam. I'm so high right now.
Every other sport. It's these big fucking fat dudes trying to chase these little fuckers around, and the players are the ones that have to take them down.
Fat guy slander right now is just off the charts.
You're not a fat guy anymore. Shut up, bitch.
Bitch. That's how, like, well, back in the day,
Imagine if Bobby Wagner got hurt tackling that guy too. Like,
true. He didn't tackle that guy. He fucking just
Well,
shouldered.
yeah.
him.
but imagine if he got
That guy
hurt,
might have
then
a
the Rams
that-
would
that guy
Rams would
might
be
have a
like,
concussion.
yeah, we're not going to pay you because like
True. No, you're right.
maybe.
That's a different way to think of it. I remember back in the day with wrestling, like, some people would jump in the ring for wrestlers, like, those dudes would fuck those fans up to the point where, like, the referees would try to save these guys'
Yeah.
life that would get in the ring with wrestlers,
There
because the
was-
wrestlers didn't know.
I just saw something that somebody did that recently with Seth Rollins. He jumped the barricade or something.
And I think Seth
Remember
took him
that?
out.
And Seth, beat the hell out of him.
Yeah. fuck them. Like, you're not supposed to do that. Like, I don't know if you could sue somebody for breaking the law. You broke the law and got in the ring.
You can sue anyone for
You
anything.
can sue anybody for anything. It's just a matter of if you're a winner or not.
Well, I'm a winner.
You are a winner.
Oh,
Sorta.
my goodness.
Well, not this week in fantasy football.
Shh, we're not talking about that. This is not a fantasy football show. That's not what this is.
No, but I totally agree with you. Like, let's get some young guys in there and can handle these situations better.
Please.
Please.
Ridiculous. And it's just
NFL.
safety. Like I said, that could have been poisonous gas. He could have been. What if he was going out there to stab Cooper Kupp for beating him in fantasy football, right? Like, what if it was something like egregious and stupid like that? Even?
Right.
Like, I heard somebody saying a funny joke that guy was there with his pink smoke because it was a gender reveal thing.
That's what it was, basically. He ran on the field. Yeah. So now that guy's got, not only did that guy get arrested
Oh, 100%.
for, I don't know what they call, I'm assuming it's like a trespassing thing or whatever. And Bobby Wagner fucks him up and now he wants to sue Bobby Wagner.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Unbelievable.
Absolutely ridiculous. Well,
NFL, get better security.
do better. Well, we're already at about 15 minutes. So you just want to get into the get dunked on segment?
Yes, because I
have-
can't wait for the segment.
Yeah, let's do it.
Jay's so well, since
Ooh, yeah, okay, Jay.
All right, let's do our segment. Let's get dunked on. All right, Jay. So you seem you're ready to go. So let's
Oh,
hear
I'm
it,
ready.
bro. Let's fucking hear it.
I'm dunking on you two.
Oh, son of a bitch! Why?
Yeah, that's right.
Me?
Yeah, both of you guys.
Why?
Oh, he's
'Cause
so
at the
mad. He's so mad at us for convincing him to take some of the players he did in the
No,
draft.
no,
No,
that's not.
No,
This is
not
something
this
different.
time.
This-
oh shit.
Yeah, this is for you guys scoffing at the idea that Kenny Pickett would be starting
Fucking-
at
Oh,
some
you
point
fucking
in this
asshole.
You
season.
stop.
I said it was
Oh,
going to be a
my
possibility.
goodness.
You two were like, nah.
Jay gets one thing right this year.
Trubisky is going to finish the year as the starting quarterback.
You're right, we
They're
said
not
that.
going to put
We
Pickett
did say
in.
that, and I will fully admit that I said that, and so will Chaz.
Get dunked
And the
on.
reason was because Mike Tomlin
Usually makes
is
right.
not that type of coach.
He's a bitch.
He is now.
Well, apparently he is now. So
You're right. I mean, I still think you think it's a good coaching because first
Oh,
starts
fuck no.
in Buffalo.
No, absolutely not.
This guy's gonna
But-
be done.
this
Yeah,
guy,
oh, yeah.
dude, imagine.
It's
okay,
the worst. This is the worst idea
Imagine
ever.
being Kenny Pickett and going. Coach comes up to you and says, "Hey, Kenny, we're gonna start you this week. Hope you're ready for it." And he goes, "Great, Coach. I appreciate the opportunity. Who are we playing? We're going up against the Buffalo Bills." I think Coach, my knee really hurts. I think I need to go to the locker room.
I mean,
he
Von
gets
Miller,
jacked up.
Gregory
After
Rousseau.
his
And
3 interception
Oliver and
performance
Phillips might be
too.
coming back this week.
Oh.
And he did. He threw how many? 2 interceptions? Or
Three.
Three interceptions.
and he had 2 rushing touchdowns.
And 2 rushing touchdowns.
So yeah, so he put up 3
He,
interceptions, and now he's got to go up against the Buffalo Bills.
if there was ever a phrase or a saying that fit this moment, was Kenny Pickett is being thrown to the absolute
Oh yeah, especially like
the absolute wolves.
yeah. If
Wait.
Oliver comes back and everything,
Sorry, that's more wolf. Sorry.
the only hope Kenny Pickett has is like if Tremaine Edmonds is coming after him because he's soft as shit. So
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I said it in the. There's this weird Buffalo Bills thing going on where you can't like Tremaine Edmonds and Matt Milano. You have to pick one or the other. There's this weird Buffalo Bills hatred going on, and it's just
no, it's not hatred. It's just facts.
Tremaine Edmonds played a hell of a game,
They both did.
and so
Yeah,
did
they
Matt
both did.
Milano. They
Yeah.
both played really well. There's no reason for the Tremaine Edmonds slander because he played a hell of a game, and so did Matt Milano. They both did good, and they're both soft.
I believe you were shitting on Tremaine.
They're both
Edmonds,
soft.
They're definitely
so-
soft.
They're both soft in the run game. They're absolutely. I remember a play where Matt Milano specifically, and he made some good plays as well. But I remember one play where the guard came out and literally just took Matt Milano, turned him backwards, and pushed him running forward the other way, like just soft. And Edmonds is better in the run game, but he's still like he Edmonds is more of makes bad reads, where Milano is really good in coverage, but coming to the run. 80% of the time, he's blocked. He's done. He's out of the run play. So, I think, but that's why I think they're a good tandem because they cover each other's weaknesses well. So, if Tremaine makes a bad read, Matt Milano has a chance to get there. If Matt Milano's blown up and blocking, Tremaine's not going to really be blown up and blocking for a running play. So, it's like they complement each other well, and I want to keep these two together. I really do.
Oh, I do too.
But the problem is Tremaine Edmonds is probably going to be the highest paid linebacker in the NFL next year.
Yeah, and it won't be by the Buffalo.
Yeah, so that's the thing.
Definitely not.
Because he's good, and that's how valued he is. I mean,
Right.
it's just that's what it is. And it's not just you. There's this weird feeling in the Buffalo Bills universe.
He's
that
just
you
not. No,
can't
it's
like
not
both.
slander. It's just he's not the best linebacker on the team.
It's just in general that you can't like both of these guys for some reason. It's like saying fuck Jordan Poore, I like Micah Hyde. Like, why the fuck would you say that?
Yeah,
Like, so
Well,
why
no
would-
one says that.
that's true.
Well, why do they do it about Tremaine Edmonds and Matt Milano when Tremaine Edmonds has made the Pro Bowl 3 years in a fucking row?
Because
Like,
Matt Milano is our best linebacker, and he's been for years, and he's also like the best linebacker in the NFL this year so far.
I believe he is rated number 1 right now.
And like I said, that's
And
weird
Edmonds
because
is
Micah
also
Parsons is around.
a first-round draft pick,
Micah Parsons
and
is-
Milano
is-
was not
yeah.
a first-round draft
So
pick.
what does that have to do with anything?
Because everyone assumes that he should be better for his draft pick, which
But he's
is accurate.
really good. He's not bad at all. He
He's
makes
not bad, but I wouldn't say he's really good.
I think he's a 3-time Pro Bowler out of 4 years. This is his 5th year.
I agree on the soft
He's soft, but they're both soft.
aspect.
Yeah, they're
of it.
definitely both soft. I'll totally agree with
They
that.
definitely made some really good plays in the Baltimore game. They held
They
them.
did.
They didn't let Lamar
No, they did.
break out to. Yeah, he didn't have no 20, 30.
Fucking Chaz
40
over
yard
here
run.
acting like he hasn't shit on fucking Tremaine Edmonds, and he's just like, oh, he's great, he's great.
I've never really shit down Tremaine Edmonds. He is soft, and I said this 2 weeks ago. You can look back that we need Ed Oliver back because most of our defense is soft, and Ed Oliver is the fucking nasty guy.
Yeah, I've said that.
Jordan Phillips is the nasty guy.
You have said that.
And I agreed. Adam did it.
And that's what it is.
definitely
And soft, I know maybe that soft is the wrong word, but like they get blown up, and like when you get like the big nasty linemen and running plays, we tend to get blown up. Ed Oliver doesn't get blown up like that. Jordan Phillips doesn't get blown up that. Micah Hyde doesn't get blown up like that. But we don't have Micah Hyde anymore, so it's like we need that grit. And that's how Miami took advantage of us, and that's how Baltimore was taking advantage of us till the second half. Then we got it rolling. I think once Ed Oliver comes back, the team's going to look completely different. And when he's there, and when Phillips is there, the other guys start to get grittier because you have that leadership and that defense.
Well, it also opens up more too because like teams got to worry about Ed Oliver, and then it's like Jordan Phillips, and then it's Rousseau, and then it's Von Miller. It's like fuck, what do we do?
Look at Russo and Von Miller. I mean, they don't look like big, mean, scary guys. You know what I
Von
mean?
Miller is like the cutest guy ever.
No, that's actually Russo. Russo is just Russo's
too.
fucking braces.
Yeah, that's true too. No, but like the way Von Miller talks, he doesn't talk about like every interview he does is
positivity.
I'm just
Yeah.
out there having fun.
Yeah.
I don't need to get a sack to have fun.
It's the same
I don't need to. I like to, it's I had fun. It's like, Von, you got blown up and pancaked 72 times in this game. Yeah, I had fun.
Well, and it's
All
the same.
man.
And if you
I love it about Von Miller.
right,
I really
and you
do.
need both. But if you look at like Edmonds, if you look at Milano, and if you look at frankly Jordan Poyer, these are like pretty boys. Like they're tough. I mean, I don't mean to say they're not tough. They're just a different vibe. Like you don't look at fucking at Oliver and think, oh, he's a nice guy. You're like, hey bud, stay over there. Like he's just a mean, nasty son of a bitch, and so is Jordan Phillips, and we just need that on our defense because we can't be that more like soft defense. So that's my theory, and they're both good linebackers. So stop all this slander, everybody. You Edmonds haters, you Milano haters, just stop it. They're both good. I want to keep them both. They're the reason our defense is what it is now because you don't have the best safety tandem in the lineup.
You were also hitting on Milano. You said he wasn't.
Milano got blown up in the rush. Milano is not a great rush linebacker, and I will stick to that. But coverage linebacker is fantastic.
Yeah.
So,
you also said there's no way he was the number one linebacker.
He's not the number one linebacker in the NFL. Fucking Micah Parsons is. That's not even an argument.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah, that's not even an argument. He's not. I mean, if you're talking about middle linebackers, well, you think he's better than Bobby Wagner right now? I don't know. I can't say for sure.
I mean, if
gonna
we're
be
talking
tough.
about the Rams,
What
as a
about
whole,
Fred
a
Warner?
lot of teams are better than the Rams.
What about
right
Fred
now.
Warner too? Like, I can't see. I don't care what Pro Football Focus says. I can't see Matt Milano being the best linebacker in the NFL. Like, I just can't.
He is.
He's not even the best linebacker on his team because Von Miller's on this team. That's why it's like I don't understand that. I mean,
I don't disagree with anything you're saying. I really
it's
don't.
just like Matt Milano's not the best linebacker in the NFL, but he's a very good linebacker. And if that's what Pro Football Focus says,
I'll give him the very good
Yeah,
tag.
he's a very good linebacker. Absolutely. But I mean,
And
Michael
I'll
Parsons.
give Edmonds a very good tag as
They
well.
both
so.
are. They're fantastic. But I still got a dunk. I almost forgot
Well,
what I
quit
was
talking and fucking get
forgot
to
what
it.
because I was defending the honor of both linebackers.
I have a dunk.
Let me dunk.
have-
I'm
Oh,
done.
are you ready?
I'm
I
done.
It's
wasn't
his
sure
show.
if you were ready or
I'm
not.
done.
You said you forgot, so I wasn't sure.
I'm done. No, I said I almost forgot.
Oh.
But here's my dunk. I'm dunking on you, Allen Robinson, and all you Allen Robinson stands out there. Bro, Allen Robinson, you are fucking garbage, dude. You are absolute dog shit garbage. You are Lee Evans 2.0. Lee Evans, your whole career in Buffalo was like, he's really good. He just needs a quarterback. Drew Bledsoe's not a good quarterback. He just needs a quarterback. Oh, he's finally on a new team with a new quarterback. He's really good. Oh, he's on another new team with a good quarterback, Joe Flacco now. He's going to do really good. Trash. That is Allen fucking Robinson. He has one good season,
In Jacksonville, mind you, with a terrible quarterback.
right? And then all of a sudden, people are like, you know what? Let's cover him a little better. And he's been complete dog shit ever since. Goes to Chicago, signs a huge deal. Complete dog shit. Jay, you're a semi-Bears fan. Was he good in Chicago?
No, he's shit.
Absolutely. Then he signs a huge deal in fucking LA with the Rams, and fucking Sean McVay's like, here's $72 million fucking dollars, Allen Robinson. Go out there and play like dog shit. So,
I think the Rams regret that one.
they should,
I
because
think they're waiting for Odell Beckham to come
Allen
back.
Robinson is not Odell Beckham. He
No,
was
not even
never
close.
Odell Beckham. And any of you Allen Robinson stands out there that think he is even close to Odell Beckham, you crazy.
He's not even close.
You crazy.
We all know that he's
Allen
not
Robinson
close.
is not. No.
Yeah.
Nobody knew that at the beginning of the season. We did.
Oh, yeah.
But everybody else was
We all said
touting
it.
that Allen Robinson's going to lead the league in receptions. Here's Allen Robinson.
Allen Robinson could be a sneaky good play to pick up in fantasy very late because people are forgetting about him that he's on the LA Rams who just won the Super Bowl with Matt Stafford and company.
Here's Allen Robinson's fantasy points for
I
the
think
year.
he only has like 12 fantasy points.
He's got 24 for the year.
He's got 24 fantasy.
But one of the games was 15. He's had 2 points, 15, 4 points, and 2 points.
That's when he scored a touchdown.
Yeah. He's done. Am I going to say Allen Robinson's going to score 2 points a game the whole year? No. So don't come at me when
Maybe.
fucking Allen Robinson goes 4 for 30 and scores a fucking touchdown. I don't want to hear that. That's not what people were expecting from Allen Robinson, right?
No, they're expecting bigger numbers than that.
Yeah. Last year, Allen Robinson, fantasy point wise, he had for the year, Adam.
I think he missed a lot of games last year too.
He missed a couple, but
Either way, it's
for
still
the
bad.
year, he had 87 points in fantasy football. He's got 24 right now, mind you. So
In
he's
4
actually on
games.
target to be better than he was
Yeah.
last year. And
Not by much though.
he's done. He is done.
Yep.
You're done.
I mean, we said this weeks ago on this podcast that this was a make or break it year for him, and it's clearly a break it.
so Allen Robinson, get dunked on,
Let
bro.
me segue into my get dunked on because I have two.
I'll allow it.
Adam
It's my
over
show.
here.
I have two, and it's basically the same concept for each, but it's two different teams. I am dunking on the LA Rams and the New Orleans Saints.
Okay, all right.
And the reason-
Joe from our league is going to be upset with you.
That's okay, Joe. I don't care. I'm dunking on the fucking Saints. And let me start with the Rams because we were just talking to them. You're losing games because your play calling is fucking Cooper Kupp, okay?
Yeah, it's true.
He had 18, 19 targets. Stop. Who had a pick six? The fucking 49ers defense because Hufanga read the play because guess where he was going? Fucking Cooper Kupp.
You fired up, bro.
You are fucking predictable. Teams are going to catch on, and they did. And it didn't take them very long because he was already on his 18th target. You have to stop doing that. And now, let me fucking bring it to the Saints. Stop running Taysom Hill. And I talked about it in our group chat. I don't care about the bet that I made again for the Andy Dalton fantasy points. I don't care about the bet. I care that you ran with Taysom Hill and it didn't fucking work 7 times. Okay, it didn't fucking work. Do you want to know why? Because when Taysom Hill comes in the game, you're running the ball. There's no variety. There's no RPO. It's Taysom Hill up the middle. every single time. Guess what? Vikings knew it was coming. Guess what they did? Tackled them for loss, I'm pretty sure, on 6 out of 7 times.
Jesus.
I don't know if that's an exact stat, but it's probably pretty fucking close.
Well, you're right about that because I think Taysom Hill is a good player.
I think Taysom Hill is a great player.
Yeah.
Not when you fucking run him every time he's on the field. Let him throw the ball. Let him catch the ball. They list him on all these fantasy sites as a tight end and a quarterback. He started last year for the Saints,
Yeah,
right?
I was starting him as quarterback.
I started him as quarterback a couple games as well. You know what, though? He didn't throw the ball. He ran the ball. His fantasy points came from rushing touchdowns.
Yeah.
He had maybe, 10 touchdowns, I think. It was a very low number of touchdowns through the air.
But to help clarify what you're saying is, like, when you line him up as an H-back and you hand it off, he's getting smashed. There's a difference between when he's the quarterback and he's back there, he can read and make a decision.
He's lining up as the quarterback. They're taking Andy Dalton off the field.
And they're not letting him throw him.
And they're not.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
They're not letting,
he's got to throw.
You need the variety for that to work. This is the prime example of when Miami years ago ran the Wildcat, and everybody was like, what is this fucking formation? They're running. They're snapping it to the running back, and they're running like crazy.
Led by Ronnie Brown and Ricky Williams.
Ronnie Brown, Ricky Williams, fantastic combo, right? You run the Wildcat. Guess what? They tried to run the Wildcat next year. Didn't work. You want to know why? Because when those two were on the fucking field, they knew the Wildcat was coming. Same concept.
Yeah.
Stop throwing the ball to Cooper Kupp every fucking time.
That's true.
Allen Robinson might not be that bad if you just throw him the fucking ball.
No, it's not
That's
true.
also not true at all. Allen Robinson is just really fucking bad. But you have a 6'5" Skoranek. I mean, nobody knows who that fucking guy is.
I keep thinking he's Cooper Kupp, to be honest.
I look on the field. I think I don't know if I said this in our group chat or a different group chat.
Oh, you have other group chats.
I do have other group
This
chats.
is bullshit.
It
Did
is.
you know about this?
No.
They're all
This
other
is
fantasy
bullshit.
football.
This is fire.
Fantasy football podcasts?
No, not podcasts. Just group chats. I said the Rams have too many white guys on offense. Tyler Higbee, Skoranek, Cooper Kupp, Matt Stafford. And I'm not being racist here, but it's just a joke.
Fucking guy. Are we going to get canceled?
Probably. We're getting canceled.
Adam is taking the show over, and now we're going to get
But
canceled.
the point of the whole thing is stop being predictable.
You're right.
Stop being predictable. Stop throwing the ball to Cooper. Cooper, you're going to get Cooper Kupp killed.
Oh, yeah, very well.
I mean, last year he led, he was a Triple Crown winner, and he's very much on his way to do the same, minus the touchdowns because he has less touchdowns this year than he did last year at this time.
2.
Yeah. New Orleans Saints, LA Rams, your offense needs to get dunked on, bro.
The Rams also have the most overrated cornerback in the league, so.
Jalen, he gets burnt quite often.
Often? Weekly. Weekly.
Diggs exposed him week 1. So.
Debo Samuel ran him over.
Yeah, and then fucking
Well,
talked
like-
on him on Instagram.
Well, let's be
You guys see that shit?
Yeah, that shit out of
No,
fucking-
it's swear, I didn't see
Instagram
it.
video? Oh,
Yeah.
you'll have to look it up.
Ramsey
it's
was
a great video.
Ramsey was talking shit, and Debo put him in his place.
He's talking shit every week. You'd think he'd stop.
I think Debo could run most people over. That guy's a big.
agree.
That guy's a big bro. Like he's not small. A small dude. I actually got an honorary get dunked on. All right.
I have an honorary. I'm so high.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Want me to go first?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Mike Tomlin, you're so high for starting Canadian.
Okay, that's very true. We said that earlier.
We said it earlier,
You got
but
any
I
honoraries?
want to actually put it underneath the I'm so high category.
Permission to honorary dunk on somebody outside of football. And
Yes.
Okay.
football. Okay. Get dunked on, bro. Rob Zombie. What
putting out
the
a
fuck
fucking
is that Munsters
Terrible
movie?
Monsters movie.
Have anybody watched that?
I did. It was awful.
It was fucking god awful. And like
I was so bored.
did you watch the whole thing?
I watched
You didn't,
about
did you?
half of it.
Okay. I'm gonna give you guys my quick review of it because you might need to hear this. You're the 10th person that I talked to. The only people that I know have finished it has been myself and Robbie Vegas. Okay. So, but all the other, my entire band, a couple other people has said they watched about half it and couldn't couldn't finish it. And I was the same way. I almost shut it off and I was just like, you know what? It's either this or play Fortnite. I'm just gonna finish this.
When I watch movies, I have to finish them. And for me to not finish a movie, it's fucking bad.
Well, and I just want to give it its little bit of help to all the people that stopped halfway through. Did you even get to the part where they got married? Probably not.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't remember.
Okay, so it's not rooting anything. It's a prequel. It's a prequel. So
It's
Lily meets Herman.
The
and blah,
movie
blah,
is basically them meeting, and then if you technically you would rewind time when the Munsters came out. They're already living
Right,
together.
yeah.
They're already a family. This is before all that.
Well, this is what I would say. Once they get married, it gets a lot better just because. And the reason it gets better is because
It reminds you of the TV show.
Rob fucking Zombie's wife is the worst fucking actor in the world.
Just terrible.
She's fucking horrendous, and she plays Lily Munster. Sherry Moon plays Lily Munster, and she's so fucking bad. And at the first half of the movie, it's all about her courting and trying to win over Herman Munster. So she's like the focus of this first half of the movie, and she's
Like
so,
every movie they do.
She's so fucking terrible
Right.
in this, Jay. It's so bad. Once they get married, it's better because he's around more. Her father, Grandpa Munster's around more.
Right.
Okay, it's more palatable. I think the guy that played Herman was great. I mean, he was goofy like he's supposed to be. He was, but like, I don't know. It was just a rough movie. So Rob Zombie, like, you get the get dunked on and the fucking I'm so high right
Well,
now. I don't know what the fuck that was.
Honestly, though, like he probably hasn't put out a good movie in
Ever?
over a decade.
Watch it with that ever. He had a couple good ones.
His last good one that
Well,
I remember
okay,
is
yeah.
Halloween, which was 2007.
That wasn't that good.
Better watch out, man. People will attack you for that one.
That wasn't
A lot
that
of
good.
people hate that one. I liked it, but
I liked
The
it.
second one was even worse.
what about Three from Hell? That wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Was he House of a Thousand Corpses?
Yeah,
That was okay.
And
That-
Devil's
that was-
Rejects.
Devil's Rejects. That was okay. That's what
Yeah.
I was thinking of. That one was good.
Yeah,
And
that,
that's been
that's been
over a
20,
decade.
20 years. That came out when
Devil's Rejects?
House of a Thousand Corpses came out when I was in high
2000
school.
2001 maybe.
Devil's Rejects was 2005.
Yeah, so almost 20 years.
So yeah,
House of a Thousand Corpses was probably 02.
2003.
Okay, so yeah,
There
I
you
knew
go.
I was in high school
So
because I went and
honestly,
seen that.
So like I said, like it's been like a decade since he's put out.
Well, if you're saying Halloween, that's 15 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
I
said
remember
at
seeing the
least
first.
a
I
minimum
remember
of a
seeing the
decade.
Rob Zombie Halloween in theaters with Robbie Vegas and my father. We went to see it.
Shout out to Pops.
I think it's one of the
RVH
better.
turning 60 next week.
RVH turned 60 next week.
60.
That means Robbie's dad's turning 60.
Yeah.
They're twins. They're twins. If you guys didn't know that, Adam's dad and Robbie's dad are twins.
Yeah.
Twinning.
Our gracious All Bets Are Off podcast.
I can't believe
host,
people
Robbie
hate that
Vegas.
Halloween. I think it's one of the better.
A lot of people do hate that
adaptions.
A lot of people do hate that Halloween.
I hated the second one more than the first one. The first one was good because it gave you a lot of backstory, and I liked the backstory of it, the aspect of it. And
There's been
He
a
was a
lot of
kid, he
terrible
went-
adaptions, and I think he's probably done one of the better ones.
Well, this is apparently an episode of the All Bets Are Off podcast with Robbie Vegas because this is the kind of shit we talk about. Then here's a question: would you guys dunk on both of the Friday the 13th and the Nightmare on Elm Street remakes?
I don't think I saw those
You
yet.
didn't see them? Did you?
Um,
A lot of people really fucking dunk on those.
I think I have.
I'll have to check them out.
I would say that the Friday the 13th remake is pretty good. I don't think it's as bad, and Robbie agrees with me that it's not that bad. It actually combines kind of like the first three movies into one. So it's pretty cool, and I thought it wasn't bad. Now, me and Robbie disagree on the fact that Robbie is one of the people that thinks the Nightmare on Elm Street remake was god-awful. And I don't think it's great, but like I think you're in for a losing battle because Freddy Krueger is such a specific character. And it's kind of the same thing with Herman Munster, but like Freddy Krueger is his own character. He's his own thing, Robert Englund. And it's like, how do you not do that? So like they were all upset because they changed some of the things. Like instead of making Freddy Krueger a child murderer, he was a child molester. Well, I mean, why not? Like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
he could
Yeah.
be, right?
Yeah.
Like, that was the whole idea. Like, in the story, they burnt him alive for being a child
Yeah,
murderer.
that was a. I didn't hate that one.
Yeah, and so in this one, they burned him alive for being a child molester, and like, you know, she went into the dreams to get. Like, I thought it was pretty good. Is it
Yeah.
better than the original? No,
No,
but a lot of people really have unjustified.
I didn't
hate.
think it was that bad.
I haven't saw it. I haven't seen it.
Are you going to see the finale to the newest adaptation of Halloween? It comes out next week.
Yes, because I still have to see Halloween Kills.
Halloween Kills?
I still have to
Or
see
Halloween
Kills.
Ends.
Yeah, Halloween ends.
Whatever. Halloween Kills was the one before.
I seen Halloween, the newest, the reboot, and
Right.
I liked it a lot. And I haven't seen Kills yet, so I got to watch that. And then I'm going to
Fucking
see
slacker.
it. I know I'm behind. Well, Robbie Vegas last year tried to get me to watch all of the original, like the original
did.
9 Halloween movies, and I got through like 1.5. I'm like, bro, I'm just not going to do it. I can't make it. I just can't. How are you going to expect me to watch 9 movies in a week?
Yeah.
Like I can't do it. So yeah,
Right.
but like, so well, it's okay to have a little Halloween talk around this time.
So before we go, Jay, what are your thoughts on that trade that I offered you?
I'm gonna have to ponder it.
All right, we'll think about it.
Don't Christian ponder it.
We'll be in.
Christian who?
We'll be in touch.
All right.
All right, well, everybody, it looks like the camera stayed on this whole time.
I think we made it.
Yeah, because we used actual power instead of batteries.
Allegedly. There's no proof that was the problem. There's plenty of proof that was the problem.
Yes.
Well, thank you, everybody, for checking out. I almost said the All Bets Are Off podcast.
This guy runs two shows.
Yeah.
He just can't get them right.
Plug for Robbie Biggs. Thank you, everybody, for checking out the joking now. The Fantasy Football Bros podcast. I am Chaz. This is Adam. This is Jay. Song of the day, since it's like spooky time. I'm going to start it. You guys are going to be up the next few weeks to pick a spooky song. Okay.
It's a song of the week, not
Song,
day.
whatever.
I want to edit that out.
No, I'm not editing.
It's your show. I don't.
It doesn't matter.
I don't want to get.
So the song of the day, week, month, year is got spooky vibes, and I'm gonna go with I know a song that Jay likes. This is old school, back when we were friends and we're not enemies like we are now. This is from my boy Skrillex.
Oh,
this song is
Jesus.
called Scatta. And this song really pumps in with my truck with the subs and shit. Oh, and by the way, if y'all are on Spotify, I have the Spotify playlist, the Fantasy Football Bros Bangers playlist, so you guys can check out all the songs, including country music superstar Eric Van Houten.
Hopefully, me and Am get some more choices coming up.
I just said you guys are up the next 2 weeks, so you can think about your spoopy songs. Every song that we listed is on the spoopy. Every song that we have picked so far is on the Fantasy
can think of
Football
spoopy
Bros Bangers playlist, except my band songs, just because they're not credited yet and out there. But Air Country Music Superstar Eric Van Houten's on there, and all the other ones. And I will add Scatta from Skrillex. So it's your boy Chaz. Jay, thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Adam, fuck off. Thank you for joining me.
Thanks again.
And we will see you next time on the Fantasy Football Bros podcast. Peace.
You are now listening to the Fantasy Football Bros podcast.